Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to study the second part of the chapter, the sound of music. The first part we have studied about Evelyn Glennie, and the second chapter, second part of that we are going to study about the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. Okay, so this chapter is about about Bismillah Khan. So whenever you just think about a marriage function, the first thing that comes into our mind is the musical instruments that they are playing. Okay, so at the time of marriage, especially at that marriage function, they are playing the Shehnai. Okay, so the play of this one is very much important, especially in some traditional marriage celebrations and so on. So they have this Shehnai is considered as one of the most important instrument. Okay, so this story is about, this part of the chapter is discussing about the person called as Bismillah Khan, and how he came, how he has improved the quality of this instrument called Shehnai, and how it became so much famous. And when you look at the picture in the page number 21, you can see there are few musical instruments are there, and there are some maestros, or the people, those who are expert in the particular field. So do you know these people? What instruments do they play? So there are few people there, and there are few instruments are there. So you have to identify what are these instruments, and who are the persons, expert persons who are expert in this one. Think of the Shehnai, and the first thing you will probably imagine is a wedding or a similar occasion or function. The next would probably be Ustad Bismillah Khan, the Shehnai maestro, playing this instrument. So you may be familiar when you hear the name of Ustad Bismillah Khan. Many of the people are very much they are knowing about this person because he is very famous. So now we will study about one of his how this instrument came into be so much popular, and how Bismillah Khan came into the field of music and so on. We will study. Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of musical instrument called pangi in the royal residence, for it had a shrill, unpleasant sound. Pangi became the generic name for reeded noisemakers. Few had thought that it would one day be revived. A barber of a family of professional musicians who had access to the royal palace decided to improve the tonal quality of the pangi. He chose a pipe with a natural hollow stem, and that was longer and broader than the pangi, and made even holes on the body of the pipe when he played on it, closing and opening some of these holes. Soft and melodious sounds were produced. He played the instrument before royalty, and everyone was impressed. The instrument, so different from pangi, had to be given a name. As the story goes, since it was first played in the Shah's chamber and was played by a nai, that is a barber, so the instrument was named Shehnai. So that was the name. So, and the instruments names, two pictures of the instruments are given there. So there was a instrument called pangi, and this instrument was used in the royal palaces and all. And so this instrument, you might have seen sometimes that snake charmers are there. They are playing one type of instrument, isn't it? So when they are playing with the snake, and they are using one kind of, all the pangi is a one type of instrument like that. So, and it creates a kind of a disturbing type of sound, very shrill sound, very noisy type sound is there. Though it is not very interesting to listen. Okay, so because of that, the Emperor Aurangzeb, he banned the use of this. So he was there. It's like in the royal, in the court and all, earlier when this in the palaces and all, when the kings and emperors were there, so they used to have all the instrument specialist will be there in the court, and if any function and all is there, or any in the evening and all, they will gather, and each day they will have some entertainment programs and so on. So at that time they will be playing different instruments and so on. So here they were playing this instrument and he was not happy with the instrument, so he banned the use of this particular instrument. But there was like some people were so much interested in this type of instruments, and people wanted to develop some other instrument or some more improve the quality of this instrument. So what he did is that there was a barber, and he had access to the royal family, so he thought of making a new instrument, and he made this instrument by different means, that he took a pipe thing like bamboo and all, see, like it is looking like a pipe, and he made different holes on the body of this stem or the pipe that he has taken, and made the instrument called one instrument he has made, and he took this instrument to the palace and played the instrument there by closing and opening the different holes that he has made on the instrument. Okay, so when the king, or when the Aurangzeb, he has heard this music, then this Shah was there. In front of the Shah's court he was playing, and when the instrument was played, then he got interested about this instrument, and he found that the sound was very much pleasant, nice sound was there. So that is why they accepted this one, and they had to give a name for this one. So this instrument was first played in the Shah's palace, so that is why that Sheh, SHEH, that much sound is, that much is taken, and the remaining part, NAI, Nai, that is taken, and the Nai is representing barber. Okay, so such a way, see, like it was developed by a barber, and it was played first time in front of a Shah's court. So both these names added together, and they gave the name as Shehnai. The sound of the Shehnai began to be considered auspicious, and for this reason it is still played in temples and is an indispensable component of any North Indian wedding. In the past, the Shehnai was part of the Naubat, or traditional ensemble of 9 instruments found at the royal courts. Till recently, it was used in temples and weddings. The credit for bringing this instrument onto the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. The sound of the Shehnai was considered as a very auspicious means very much as promising to bring good future. Means that it will be a lucky instrument, like, okay, so it means that it is considered as like if you are using in the time of a marriage function, then that marriage will be a successful one. So that kind of meaning is there for this particular instrument. So because of that, it became very much popular, and people started using, and for this reason it is still played in temples and in an indispensable component of any North Indian wedding. So if in the temple and all, if any celebration and all is there, at that time they will be using this instrument, and at the time of a marriage function it is very much important, so they need to use this one. You might have heard that when the marriage function is going on, then they are playing this instrument and all. Okay. In the past, the Shehnai was part of the Naubat. Naubat means it is a traditional ensemble of 9 instruments found at royal courts. So there are 9 main instruments were considered as the most important instruments, and it was used in the courts. So it was one among that. Okay. Until recently, it was used only in temples and weddings. The credit for bringing this instrument onto the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. So this is also like it is like a traditional instrument. So it was only used in the temples and marriage functions and so on. So people were not using it in the other like in a function or in a like it was not like a stage instrument like. So it became as a stage instrument, or he brought into the classical stage as it made it as a stage instrument by Ustad Bismillah Khan. As a 5-year-old, Bismillah Khan played gilli danda near a pond in the ancient estate of Dumraon in Bihar. He would regularly go to the nearby Biharji temple to sing the Bhojpuri Chaita at the end of which he would earn a big laddu weighing 1.25 kilogram, a prize given by the local Maharaja. This happened 80 years ago, and the little boy had travelled far to earn the highest civilian award in India, the Bharat Ratna. So Bismillah Khan was living in a, so he was just like a normal student or normal boy. He was just playing gilli danda. Gilli danda is a game just like cricket with the stick they are playing. So such kind of a game is there, and they are playing this one near the pond in the ancient Dumraon in Bihar. So he was just roaming around here and there just like other children. He was just playing and living like that. But he would regularly go to the nearby Biharji temple to sing the Bhojpuri Chaita, at the end of which he would earn a big laddu. So he used to go to the temples for singing the songs. So see, like if you can understand the religious impact here. So here there is like religious harmony can be found here. So earlier in the some stages and all, or some situations are there where this actually Bismillah Khan is a Muslim, and he is going to the Hindu temple for singing the songs. So this shows that there is a proper religious harmony, and the people were living with a very much happy life there. And he was as a reward he used to get a laddu. A laddu means that we know one laddu is there, and 1 kilogram of laddu, maybe some 50-60 laddu will be there. But here 1 laddu itself is more than 1.1 kilogram, 1.25 kilogram. Okay, so it means that it is a very big laddu, and it is given as a prize. Okay, for playing the songs there. Okay, singing the song. And it was around 80 years before, and after 80 years, so at the age of 80, he got the award of the highest civilian award, that the Bharat Ratna. So he was awarded with the Bharat Ratna. Okay, so that is enough for today. The remaining portion we study in the next class. Thank you so much.